Okay, no? So, welcome to our channel, no? So, our topic for today is obligations and contracts. Okay, so, or obligations. Obligations and contract is one of your law subject na may encounter mo under the BSA program. The very foundation of all law under your CPA journey. Okay, so let's start, no? So, obligations. So, when we say obligation, no, it came from the Latin word obligatio. Okay? Na ang meaning ng obligasyon is tying or binding. Okay? Under our Civil Code, Article 1156, dinefine kung ano ang obligasyon. An obligation is a juridical necessity to give, to do, or not to do. Okay? So, kung mapapansin mo, sa definition, merong tinatawag na juridical necessity. Okay? So, when we say juridical necessity, no, ito yung tinatawag na legal enforceability. Okay? So, when we say legal enforceability, ito yung kung saan kapag may non-compliance, hindi mo ginawa, the aggrieved party may seek justice to the court. And the court will enforce justice or fulfillment or settlement. Okay? So kapag meron kang di ginawa, maaari ka maparusahan. Okay? That is juridical necessity. Ngayon, sa definition, merong to give, to do, or not to do. Merong kailangan ibigay, merong dapat gawin, or merong hindi dapat gawin. Okay? So mapapansin mo, two parties yan. Okay? So may dalawang parties, merong magbibigay at merong tatanggap. Okay? Yung magbibigay, ang tawag sa kanya is debtor or obligor. Okay? Yung makakatanggap naman, ang tawag sa kanya is creditor or obligee. Okay? So to sum it up, yung definition, no? There is one party must comply with the obligation. Si debtor may ibibigay kay creditor, at kapag hindi niya nabigay o hindi niya nagawa o hindi dapat gawin, maaari siyang maparusahan under the juridical necessity. Okay? So ano ba ang mga nature ng obligations under the Civil Code? Merong dalawa. Civil obligation and natural obligation. Okay? So when we say civil obligation which give the creditor or obligee a right of action in court of justice to enforce the performance based on positive law. Yung civil obligation, yan mismo yung dinefine sa under 1156. Okay, kung mapapansin mo, si creditor nga dito, siya yung may karapatan sa action ng court. Kaya kung hindi ginawa ni debtor, meron siyang court action. Okay? Yan yung nasa definition ng Article 1156. Yung natural obligation naman, ito naman yung do not grant a right of action to enforce their performance. Although in case of voluntary fulfillment by the debtor, the latter may not recover what has been delivered or rendered by reason thereof based on equity and natural law. Okay? So, si natural obligation, ito yung obligation na nakabase sa equity and natural law. Kumbaga, ito yung moral duty. Na kung saan, kapag ginawa mo na yung tama, hindi mo na pwedeng bawiin. Okay? Ito, sabi niya dyan, hindi siya nag-grant ng right of action sa court na kung saan pag ginawa mo yung tama, yung moral duty, hindi mo na siya pwedeng bawiin. Okay? So, para mas maliwanag, bigyan natin ng example. Okay? So, for example, si Galido, may utang siyang 100,000 kay Cordero. Okay? So, for example, si Galido may utang na 100,000 kay Cordero na kung saan lumipas ang 20 years. 20 years na ang lumipas, hindi niya pa nababayaran. Pero nagkita sila one time at binayaran ni Galido yung utang niya kay Cordero. Since binayaran niya ito, Yun yung moral duty niya, yung pagbabayad. Ngayon, nalaman ni Galido na nasa batas, kapag ang utang lumagpas na ng 10 taon, wala nang karapatan si Corderong maningil. Prescribed na. Nalaman ni Galido na kapag ang utang lumagpas ng 10 taon, prescribed na siya o wala nang karapatan maningil. Since wala nang karapatan maningil, wala na dapat obligasyon. Pero since binayaran niya, may voluntary fulfillment, hindi niya pwedeng bawiin kung ano ang ibinayad niya. Okay? That is natural obligation. Dahil nga mabait siya, dahil may moral duty, binayaran niya pa rin. Pero hindi niya na pwede bawiin kahit pa wala ng obligasyon. Okay? So that is natural obligation. Other example ng natural obligation, for example, si Galido uli may utang na 100k kay Cordero, tapos may third party na nagbayad. For example, si Goot, out of its moral duty, dahil best friend niya, dahil kaibigan niya, binayaran niya, hindi niya pwedeng singilin kay Galido. Kasi nga, out of pure generosity. Okay? Kahit hindi naman niya utang. Okay? That is natural obligations. Okay? Ngayon, yung obligations, merong essential requisite. Okay? Meron yung 4 na essential requisite. So, there is a passive subject o yung tinatawag nating debtor or obligor. These are the person who is bound to fulfillment of obligation, he who has a duty. Okay? So, para maalala mo, si passive subject, yan si PD. Okay? Passive debtor. O kaya naman, passive, pasa. Meron siyang ipinapasa. Meron siyang duty ipasa, passive subject. Number 2, an active subject called creditor or obligee, or the person who is entitled to demand the fulfillment of obligation, he who has a right. Okay, di ba kaya nga sa example natin kanina, si Cordero, si creditor, siya yung may karapatan tumanggap ng 100,000 na utang. Okay? Sa object, third requisite is the object or the prestation or the subject matter of the obligation or the conduct required to be observed by the debtor. Ito yung kailangan gawin, to give, to do, or not to do ni debtor. Yung object or prestation. And lastly, yung tinatawag na juridical tie or efficient cause or legal tie or vinculum juris. Pare-pares lang yun ang pangalan. Or that which binds or connect the parties to the obligation. Ito kung bakit merong obligasyon. Okay? Isa lang mawala dyan, walang obligation. Okay? So, para mas maintindihan mo, example tayo, no? So, for example, balik tayo kay Galido ulit. Okay, si Galido, meron siyang pinasok na kontrata. Enters a contract. Okay? He enters a contract to construct house of Cordero. Okay, pumasok siya sa kontrata para gawin yung bahay ni Cordero. At babayaran siya ng 1 million. Okay, for the price of 1 million. Sa example natin, si Galido, siya yung may duty na gawin yung bahay. So, siya yung passive subject or the debtor. Si Cordero, nag-aantay lang siya magawa yung bahay. Wala siyang gagawin. Pero siya yung may karapatan para gawin ni Galido yung bahay. So, siya yung active subject, which is the creditor or the obligee. Yung object, yung paggawa ng bahay. Siyempre, yung object is yung kailangan magawa yung bahay. At yung juridical tie, kung bakit meron silang obligasyon, bakit sila may binding obligation, is yung kontrata. Okay? Kasi nga pumasok sa kontrata si Galido, nagkaroon ng juridical tie or legal tie. Okay? So, balik na rin naman natin. Okay? So, for example, natapos na yung bahay. Okay? Natapos ni Galido yung bahay. Okay? Since natapos niya na yung bahay, maniningil na siya ngayon ng 1 million. Siya na ngayon yung may karapatan sa 1 million. Yung 1 million, yan na yung object. Si Galido na ngayon, siya na yung active subject kasi siya na yung may karapatan sa 1 million. Si Cordero, siya na yung passive subject kasi siya na yung mayroong duty na i-deliver yung 1 million. At yung juridical tie, same pa rin dahil sa kontrata. Okay? So, yan yung essential requisite. Isa lang ang mawala dyan, wala ng obligasyon. Okay? So, define natin ano naman yung obligation, right, and wrong, or the cause of action, distinguish. So, ano-anong pinagkaiba ng tong mga to? Yung obligation, yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina, is the act or performance which the law enforce. Okay, dun sa example natin kanina, yung paggawa ng bahay ni Cordero is the obligation, yung dapat gawin. Na kung saan kapag hindi nagawa, enforceable yung batas. The right or yung karapatan, on the other hand, is the power which a person has under the law to demand from another any prestation. So, yung right, yung karapatan kanina na pinag-uusapan natin, na kung saan si Cordero, may karapatan siya dun sa bahay na ginagawa. At lastly, a wrong or a cause of action. Yung wrong na sinasabi dito, hindi ito yung ginawa hindi yung ginawa mong mali. Okay, kasi in its legal meaning, it is an act or omission of one party in violation of legal right or rights of another causing injury to the latter. Okay? So, yun yung tinatawag na wrong or the cause of action. Okay? So, itong wrong na under the legal terms, no, meron yan tatlong essential requisite. Okay? Number 1 is merong legal rights. Okay? Legal rights of the other. So, merong karapatan na unfavorable sa isang party. Next is merong violation, acts or omission na correlative dun sa legal obligation. And lastly, merong injury. Merong injury or damages dun sa other person. Okay, so para mas lalo mo maintindihan na ba tong wrong and cause of action na to, balik tayo dun sa example, no? For example, dun sa example natin kanina, hindi nagbayad si Cordero matapos gawin yung bahay, hindi siya nagbayad. Since hindi siya nagbayad, nag-cause siya ng injury. Okay? Nag-cause siya ng injury kay Galido kasi imbis na meron ng pera si Galido, hindi niya pa matanggap ngayon yung 1 million. Ngayon, nagkaroon siya ng tinatawag na legal rights. Since yung legal rights na yon is pwedeng iakyat sa korte dahil hindi nagbayad, which is the violation or the act or omission ng hindi pagbabayad. So, since meron ng cause of action, pwede na siyang iakyat sa korte. Okay? So, again, since essential requisite yung tatlong yon, paano kapag nagbayad? Since nagbayad, wala nang injury, wala nang violation. Since wala nang essential requisite, wala nang cause of action. Okay? Next is, ano ba ang mga kinds ng obligation as to subject matter? Yung kanina, yung prestation natin or yung object, yung pinag-uusapan. Merong dalawang klase, yung tinatawag na real obligation. Pag sinabing real obligation, ito yung mga obligation to give, na kung saan yung subject matter is a thing which the obligor must deliver to the obligee. Si debtor, merong kailangan i-deliver kay obligee. Ang tawag doon is real obligation. Kapag ka naman to do or not to do, these are personal obligation naman. Since personal obligation siya, it can be positive or negative. Kapag negative, ito yung mga not to give. Kapag ka naman personal obligation to do or to render service, these are positive personal obligation. Sa real obligation, ang matatanggap mo dito is real rights. Okay, kasi since na-deliver na yung thing sa'yo, na-deliver na yung thing sa'yo, yung kailangan ibigay, nagkakaroon ka ng karapatan doon. Ang tawag doon is real rights. Whereas sa personal obligation naman and to do or not to do, wala kang real rights dito. Kasi these are services or mga dapat na gawin. Okay? Since mga dapat gawin yan or mga real rights, ay mga dapat gawin yan to render service, there is no real rights, only personal rights. Okay? And lastly, ano ba ang mga sources ng obligation? Ang mga sources ng obligation is yung mga batas, contracts, quasi-contracts, act or omission punishable by law, or the delicts, or quasi-delicts. Okay, so hanggang dyan na lang muna, no? So kung meron kang tanong, nais i-clarify, or topic na nais mong intindihin, kindly comment down below, no? So hanggang sa muli, paalam!